I am starting out Natalie's Halloween costume with a really simple circle skirt. So I thought I would share how I make them. They're a lot of fun, especially for little kids because they have a lot of twirl in the skirt. So I just have some stretch knit fabric. So this is the stuff like it would be like a maxi skirt. It has a lot of give. It's really soft. And it is a 30-inch wide half. So from this end to the folded edge, how it comes on a bolt of fabric is 30 inches. So all together, if I were to unfold it, is 60 inches wide. If you want a skirt that's longer than 30 inches, it's a little bit more complicated. So stick to the width of your fabric in half, just to keep things simple. So I've got it laid out here that my salvage end is matching. And then I have my folded edge, and excuse my mess here, I'm crafting. And then I'm gonna take one end and fold it over and make it all nice one-handed with a video. Okay, so I'll smooth that out. I've actually already made mine, so I'm just showing you for the example. So I folded it over, so now I have 4 layers of fabric here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we're gonna square it up, flatten it out, and once you do that, we have to do a little math, but luckily there's an online calculator that helps. So just Google circle skirt calculator. You're gonna get a measurement. So around Natalie, this is our practice piece. So you need a measurement for how wide around you want the waistband to be, and then you need how long you want the skirt in the front and the back. Usually your butt area needs to be a little bit longer than the front area, so I go by the back side from your waist to wherever you want it. This one on Natalie ended up being 30 inches long because we're going to cut a lot off of it, and it pretty much goes to her mid-calf. So it's a good length. Even at her, she's 11, so she's a little taller. So you put the information in the calculator, and it'll kind of do the math for you for how big your circle needs to be and how big to cut your waistband. With stretchy fabric, it told me that for Natalie having a approximately a 23-inch waist, that we needed to cut 2.86 inches for each from here to here to get a waist. From experience, I know that with stretchy fabric to go less. So I ended up doing 2 inches. So I'll show you what I did. I used my tape measure. And again, it's really hard to videotape and do things at the same time. Props to all those people who do this for real. So I'm going to put my tape measure in the corner. And I know that I needed 30 inches in length. So I'm just going to, with my, helps if you have a straight tape measure. So measure out to 30 inches. And I just put a pin in right here to mark the spot. And then you kind of just do that, kind of making a radius all the way around. So then you end up with a nice curved line that goes from, you know, if this is my waistband, it's going to go from, and you make sure that your waistband is where all 4 layers come together. Otherwise your pieces won't be connected. So then you measure, you know, from your 90-degree angle all the way over to your other 90-degree angle. And once you have that done, usually you can just kind of eyeball it, and you cut in the line matching with your pins all the way corner to corner. And luckily with the stretchy fabric, it's a little bit more forgiving. So if it's not 100% perfect, by the time it hangs, it'll be fine. So this is what I was talking about with your waistband. So grab my tape measure here. And I think the piece that I had that I cut off fell on the floor, so bear with me here. So this is the piece that I cut out. So I'm really not good at this video thing. Okay, so we've got basically your 90-degree angle and your curve. So to figure out where your body's gonna go in this, you use that calculator, and it told me that I needed just over 2 3/4 inch, but I knew from the way that this fabric stretches that was going to be too big, and if she jumped up and down, the thing was just going to slither down her hips. So I just did a 2 inch. So I kind of marked it as 2 inches here, 2 inches here, 2 inches here, and then just cut out the radius. And that is it. You are done. You've cut your hem, you've cut the top, and now the whole thing is unfolded, if I can. And here is your waistband. And that's where your body goes. And then this is the skirt. And it all hangs really nice, and I'll include a picture of Natalie when she's wearing it. But it flows really nice, it twirls really nice, and it took less than 5 minutes to do. So, all right. Well, hopefully that was helpful, and somebody can make one for yourself or your kid. You can't help but smile when you twirl. And they're the best twirly skirts.